I'm excited for the girls that are on the team. I know it's the most competitive team in the world, and I know it could have gone either way of me being on the team, me not being on the team. So, I'm excited for them. I'm going to be rooting them on to win gold. I was a kid that grew up watching the Olympics, so it'll be fun to watch them.
The thing she said was, "Hey, coach, they woke a monster," which I thought was awesome.
Oh man, so with her latest press conferences, bro, I'm really starting to like Caitlin Clark more and more. I never had no issue with her. It's more so the conversation around her that's been annoying, but her as an individual never had no real issues with her at all. But now I'm becoming a fan of the way that she carries herself when she speaks on certain things. So last time we talked about her speaking on the Kennedy Carter situation, but now she's reacting to the news that she's going to be left off the Team USA Olympic team. Now I want y'all to pay attention to her body language, especially when she's asked about being able to finally get a break. Take it away, Kate.
Caitlin, what was your reaction when you saw the USA team yesterday, the roster come out?
Yeah, I think I'm excited for the girls that are on the team. I know it's the most competitive team in the world, and I know it could have gone either way of me being on the team, me not being on the team. So, I'm excited for them. I'm going to be rooting them on to win gold. I was a kid that grew up watching the Olympics, so it'll be fun to watch them.
What was your level of disappointment not hearing your name on the roster?
Honestly, no disappointment. I think it just gives you something to work for. That's a dream. Hopefully one day I can be there, and I think it's just a little more motivation. You remember that, and hopefully in 4 years, when 4 years comes back around, I can be there.
Did you have a direct conversation with managing director or whomever's over there at USA Beat recently?
Yeah, they called me and let me know, and before everything came out, which was really respectful of them, and I appreciated that. And they did the same for every girl that made the team or every girl that didn't make the team. There's a lot of players in the Olympic pool, so it wasn't like I was the only one they had to call. They had to make quite a few calls.
Are you looking forward to a break? From Olympic action, basketball in general, I guess.
Absolutely. It's going to be really nice. I've loved competing every single second, but it's going to be a great month for my body to, first of all, get rest and get healthy and just get a little time away from basketball and the craziness of everything that's been going on, and, just find some peace and quiet for myself. But then additionally, a great opportunity for us to work and get better, a great opportunity for myself to get in the weight room, to work on the court and work at things that I want to get better at that I maybe didn't have time going from college to the pro season. So I'm looking forward to it. But at the same time, we still have a month of games where we have a lot of opportunities to win a lot of games. So that's where my main focus is.
To try to prepare for Team USA, you were in Cleveland when they were hosting camp, but obviously you had other things in your mind. I think Final Four is a big deal. So what was it like trying to balance, I want this opportunity, but there's other opportunities right in front of me?
Yeah, I don't think there was a preparation. It was more just go about my business how I have my entire career, and if that's the opportunity I get, great. If I don't get that opportunity, there's still a lot of positives and the time that I'm going to have off, the opportunity to be motivated to hopefully achieve that at some point in my career. And I think a lot of my focus was on my college season. I didn't have time to go to a training camp, and then obviously it was a quick turnaround to come here. So I think it's just a good motivation for us. And then we all know how talented that team is. You look at that roster, and a lot of players I've already had the opportunity to play in this league that are just so good. And I know they're going to go out there and dominate, and I'm going to be watching and cheering for them. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Have you heard from anyone that stood out from you about that decision? Meaning an NBA player or anything like that, or someone you're close to? No. Okay.
We're talking in a lot of ifs here. I know you just said you would like that rest, but if there is a player on that roster that's too injured to play and they call you, what would your reaction be?
Yeah, I think it would be a great opportunity. A lot of ifs. So my main focus is on the fever. That's what it is. If USA Basketball needs something, I have a great relationship with them. But the 12 they have selected are really, really great players. So I think they're in pretty good hands. A great coach, Cheryl's a great coach. Selection committee did a really good job. So just focus on the fever and what we can do to be better.
Bro, when they asked about that, bro, she I needs that. Let me see.
Olympic action, from Olympic action.
Look at her lips get tight. She
That's in general, I get.
Like a sigh of
Absolutely.
relief.
I mean, it's gonna be really nice. I mean,
Cheesing. Like,
I love
yeah, the girl need a break, man. And although she may say she's not paying attention to social media and stuff, it's hard not to pay attention when people are talking about you. Me, myself, personally, I'm a small ass content creator, but when people do cover my content, I don't like to watch it. I don't watch it at all. So I can't get the idea of not seeing certain things, especially when people are talking about you, but she says she can't avoid it when she get on ESPN. So I know some of this talk is annoying, and she do want to go ahead and say, let me take a break as far as physical and mentally, and she can get right. I love everything she said as far as getting bigger in that gym and also focus towards the end of the season. Now, her head coach, Christy Size, she also spoke about the reactions, and she said that Caitlyn texted her, "Hey coach, they woke a monster." Check this out right here, bro.
This elephant in the room is the Team USA roster. Caitlin's not on it. What was your reaction when you saw that list come out yesterday?
Yeah, a little disappointed, of course. She's my player. That's the hardest team in the world to make, right? Like, that is a tough team. She's young. She's going to have so many opportunities in the future.
How did you coach her up through that, or did you talk to her at all through that to make it more of a motivating factor than anything?
Yeah, we talked actually on the bus. She got the call on the bus, and she texted me to let me know. And, I just tried to keep her spirits. I mean, the thing she said was, "Hey, coach, they woke a monster," which I thought was awesome.
Is there any silver lining? And she'll get a little bit of rest. She'll be able to work on some things in that 3-week break.
Yeah, I think that is the silver lining. Like, she is going to get some rest.
I'm gonna keep it G, bro. I love that. Of course, the competitor, and Caitlyn wanted to go ahead and make the team, just validation. Anybody love any type of validation, but when you look at the bright side of things, she loved that break too. But I like hearing her say that they woke a monster. That's dope to me. Now, it's been a lot of conversation, as you guys know, as far as what happened, why. And I told y'all my thoughts, but it's crazy that my thoughts was basically confirmed, bro. So now this is, these are sources. So sources say, concern over how Clark's millions of fans will react to what would likely be limited playing time on a stacked roster was a factor in the decision making. That's what I told y'all, bro. As soon as I seen they report noise speaking how he spoke, and I'm like, bro, it wouldn't have ended there. It wouldn't have ended there. Like, it would have been, why is she not getting more minutes? I don't want to watch these other women. They wouldn't have been celebrating the W's if they did smoke people, because they be like, oh, y'all gonna beat them anyway. Put Caitlyn in the game. It'd have been annoying as hell. So it's like, bro, let's go ahead and give her a break, and let's go ahead and give ourselves, a break too from all this bullshit. But it's still gonna happen. But I think this will, they'll be talking shit for probably like a week or two, maybe even that. Hopefully, Caitlyn, what she just said, would dead that. But that's that. What I do want to do is go to two people who have been called coons for defending Caitlyn. Especially Robert Griffin III, he's been defending Caitlyn in other situations, and he has a white wife, so they always pick on that man for that shit. So this is what he said in response to Caitlyn being left off of the Olympic team.
Quit all the belly aching and crying about Caitlyn Clark not making the women's U.S. national basketball team for the Olympics. Caitlyn Clark is clearly the most popular women's basketball player in the world, but she is not better than or earned the opportunity more to be on the team than the women who were selected. Let's have a real conversation about this. When you look at her being on the team, who benefits from that? Well, the sport benefits from it. The broadcast partners benefit from it, and the women on the team would benefit from it because there would be an increased number of people watching them do what they do best. So ask yourself, who actually benefits from Caitlyn Clark not being on the women's national team? Caitlyn Clark benefits. For one, she needs the rest and an off season to help her go into her next WNBA season the best she can possibly be. Secondly, if she's selected over guards who are currently better than her and have earned the opportunity, it's only going to intensify the debate and the divide that surrounds Caitlyn Clark and the WNBA and women's basketball already. We all know Caitlyn Clark is a baller, and her three-point shooting is extremely exciting. But by not selecting her to the women's national team based off of her popularity, they've actually set her up to earn her opportunity to be on the team on the basketball court, not just in the court of public opinion. The U.S. women's national team will win the gold medal with or without Caitlyn Clark, even if fewer people watch it. They have won 7 straight gold medals and have a 70-3 record in Olympic play. So the real question we need to be asking is, why won't the masses support these women who have earned the opportunity, are better players, and have been dominant for so long? Get at me when you have that answer.
Alright, so pretty much the same shit I was saying before. I said what I said before I seen these other people take, but people have been saying that I'm biased towards Angel Reese, but they've been saying RG3's been biased towards Caitlyn Clark, as well as Emmanuel Acho. They say he's been biased towards Caitlyn Clark, and he seems to have the same idea as me as well. Check him out.
If we're being honest, Caitlin Clark being left off the Olympic team is probably the best thing that could happen to her. For the first time, she gets to freaking rest. And think about what rest has done for her. If you were watching the Fever game yesterday, she had her most efficient game ever. I believe 7 3-pointers made off 12 attempts. She dropped 30 points. Why? Because she finally got some freaking rest. The Fever played 11 games in 20 days. Over that same 20-day period, the back-to-back champs Las Vegas Aces, they only played 6 games. The Fever have already played 12 games this season. While some teams have only played 9 games. Caitlin Clark went from a college season to a national championship to moving from Iowa to Indiana after being drafted number 1. To go play in Paris means, number 1, you gotta go to Paris. So after playing all these games, now she would have to go to a foreign country where you're not only being bombarded by domestic questions, now you're being bombarded by international questions. And here is probably, in my mind, the most important reason why she should have been left off the team. Sports on the court, it's the ultimate meritocracy. The best players get to play. Caitlin Clark has not yet proven that she is one of the 12 best players. She hasn't yet proven it. She might be in our minds, and she might be one day, but today, she hasn't proven she's one of the 12 best players in basketball. So if you want to put her on the team, who you leaving off? Because Agumba Wale on the Dallas squad, she tied a WNBA record with 9 consecutive games of 20 points or more. And she got left off the squad. So now you want to put Caitlin Clark on the squad, who you kicking off? Because though we don't want to use the word jealousy or envy in regards to how some WNBA players have treated Caitlin Clark, if you would have given her a roster spot over somebody they believe to be more deserving, how you think that's going to make a bunch of uber competitive and uber accomplished women feel? It probably wouldn't make them feel too good about Caitlin Clark. The only negative for Caitlin Clark is a vanity award. When she's done with her career, she'll look at all of her gold medals and realize she could have had one more. But the U.S., they don't need her on the squad. They are 70-3 in the Olympic stretch without her. They've won 7 consecutive gold medals. They will be fine. Obviously, you and I as fans, sucks for us, but half the time those games are played at odd hours because they're played in Europe. So were you really going to wake up and watch them anyway? All in all, best thing that could have happened for Caitlin Clark, in my mind, finally, it puts her first.
Okay, so in response to Acho's take, someone saying no one is watching it without Clark. I disagree, and as this guy shares right here, they've been doing pretty decent, you know. 7.8 million views at one point in time. They had 10 million views at some point in time. Now Caitlin could have got them into 20 millions of views. I'm gonna keep it G with you. We gotta be honest. But it's not like no one's gonna be watching. People are gonna be watching. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up right there, man. Let me know what y'all gotta say in the comment section below. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here though. This has been another update with Stace. Yo.